It's the guy animation back with another video. Today we're going to react to I Am a Amphibian Boy Part 2. I want to do one like yesterday, but I will do one today. So get ready, prepare, and let's do this. This is Part 2.
Explain this passion, but there I felt myself calmer and more comfortable. At such moments, my parents were worried about me and very angry at the same time. But then they were always laughing and used to say that the sea was my habitat. I was aware of this myself. At about 13 years old, I started to become ill quite often, especially in the cold seasons. It was hard to breathe for me. I had apathy for everything, and it seemed that I was dying. But when spring and warmth arrived, I was back to life as if it was some kind of magic. Doctors kept saying that I had no deviations and was absolutely healthy. They even explained my illnesses as psychosomatic disorder. I almost believed it myself until I accidentally met a zoologist. He explained to me immediately that living in a temperate region was vitally dangerous for me, just as it was dangerous for any amphibians. No amphibian species can survive in the cold environment, so he advised me to move to the warmer place. At first, I was skeptical about this. I mean, previously everything was fine. However, the zoologist explained that until adolescence, my body tried to adapt to living conditions. However, it had gained end and started to ask for more water. It was difficult to accept such information. I was born and raised here in my country. I like cold winters and nice but not very hot summers. And as for the sea, we could always fly there once a year for vacation. However, my parents and I made a very difficult decision, and soon we had to move to another continent where there were no relatives, friends, or even my own apartment. There we had nothing but us. It was hard to leave everything in our hometown. It was hard to part with our beloved home, but my health required it. I felt myself that I started to languish in the cold country more and more. 8 months have passed after our move. Now we live by the ocean, and I have never been sick during all this time. I feel myself great and spend a lot of time in the water, something about 12 hours every day or every other day. My parents have accepted such a state of affairs, but they are still very concerned for me every time and say they are looking forward to inventing the telephone or Wi-Fi network in the ocean to be able to call me. At present, they have no information about my condition while I'm swimming. This is very difficult for any parents, and I understand their concerns. Most of all, they are afraid that a shark can attack me and one day I just won't return home. Theoretically, this is possible, but so far I have never encountered any sharks, even once. Dad says that if such a meeting does take place, then I should have a knife with me for self-defense. Honestly speaking, I believe that the shark is not the most dangerous underwater inhabitant. I'm afraid of divers much more than of the sharks. Recently, I met with one of them and he almost strangled me. It's hard to understand for some people that I'm not a shapeshifter and therefore I am not dangerous to them. I think in the future my ability will make me a good Coast Guard or a lifeguard. That is my dream and goal now. By the way, I started to turn a penny even now. Sometimes people who come here for vacation lose their precious jewelry in the water. They ask me to find them for a good reward. Sometimes the amount of reward is 3 times greater than my father's salary. Moreover, when one of the boats sank, the Coast Guard turned to me with a request to find it. The boat staff survived, but none of them remembered where the crash occurred. I don't know how long they would have looked for a boat without my help, but it only took me 30 minutes to find it. To my mind, that was not bad at all, taking into consideration the importance of the cargo that could be lost if they were delayed. You know, if my parents and I didn't move, then in my former place of living, I would have no future. There, I would remain a mutant and a shapeshifter for everyone. Here, people value me and recognize my importance because the ocean needs me.
Comment down. I hope you enjoyed that. Comment down below. What's your favorite part was? I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.